Ere Freund, my dear friends, I'd like to talk to you today about two Pesach heroines who are rarely celebrated but should be. Their impact is as important to our Passover story as Moses and Aaron and Miriam and Yocheved. Our two heroines are examples of moral courage we need for our times. Can you guess who they are? They're Shifra and Pua, two midwives mentioned at the very beginning of the book of Exodus who assisted Jewish women giving birth when the Jews were enslaved in the land of Egypt. Exodus recounts how the Pharaoh, fearing that the growing Jewish population might revolt, commanded the two midwives to kill every single boy born to the Hebrew women. But Shifra and Pua refused, despite knowing that in his authoritarian regime, the king's word was law. Instead, when brought before Pharaoh, the clever women convinced him that the babies were born too fast for the midwives to reach them. And it worked. By defying Pharaoh, Shifra and Pua saved not only the lives of all those little Jewish boys, but generations upon generations of Jewish lives. For to save one life is to save the world entire. Imagine how many worlds they saved. According to peace and nonviolence scholars, the story of Shifra and Pua is the earliest example in the Bible of nonviolent resistance. Many consider it the first known incident of civil disobedience in recorded history, and characterize the midwives' refusal to cooperate with the Pharaoh's command as an example of the tactic of non-cooperation. As Dr. King taught, non-cooperation with evil is as much a moral obligation as cooperation with good. Non-cooperation is one of the most effective methods for resisting an authoritarian regime. It is the deliberate withholding of expected behaviors. It has been used during creative and effective non-cooperation campaigns like the Boston Tea Party, the Montgomery bus boycott, the Velvet Revolution of Central Europe, and in this century, the Librarian Women's Movement for Peace, and hundreds of other nonviolent movements. The story of Shifra and Pua is a story for today. We're living in unprecedented times. The Supreme Court has granted presidents sweeping immunity from prosecution. We're in the midst of a war on information. Our long-held democratic freedoms of speech and press are being subjugated and attacked. Government programs and institutions are being dismantled with repercussions felt worldwide. Career public servants with exemplary reviews are being purged from their jobs. People are being stopped in the street, arrested, and sent to prison without due process, a cornerstone of the rule of law in a democracy. And universities, places rooted in free inquiry and free expression, have been condemned and fined. Their research grants were withdrawn. And as you know, so much more. These are times when it might be tempting to just give in and go along. Our fears for ourselves, for those we love, taking over our thoughts and actions. But like our midwives, we must not surrender to authoritarian rule and become complicit with unlawful and immoral demands made of us. We all know that when we grovel before a bully, it encourages the bully. So appeasement is not the way, since no appeasement is sufficient with autocrats. Resistance is the way. For this, we might find useful the tools of nonviolent action taught by Gandhi, King, Heschel, Gene Sharp, Erica Shendewaith, and countless others of all nations and dispositions. Combined with a growing variety of ongoing protest activities and unrelenting legal action, non-cooperation can turn things around. We must not be silenced, and we must not despair. Like Shifra and Pua, we must expect of ourselves a higher level of moral courage. And maybe out of this difficult time, we can yet create a schönere und bessere Welt für alle, a beautiful and better world for all. Thank you.